Hey everyone, it's FinalRound and my name is Jordan. Hope you're all doing well. This video will be for Saturday's slate of games. And believe it or not, out of the two games, the Cleveland Cavaliers have the primetime game at 8 o'clock. It just brings a tear to my eye to know that we're actually relevant for a little bit. But before I jump into these picks, I want to shout out one of my friends that I have made from my Discord. He has started a YouTube channel, and I'm going to give him a little bit of a spotlight here, just in case you guys know, because you have potentially been missing out on a lot of money. He has been feeding families, as I like to say. He went on a 33-3 player prop run for Prizepicks and Underdog recently, and this is with soccer picks. And I took a look at some of the plays he was doing and compared them to sports books. And some of these plays are like minus 200 plays, which you can't get with NBA. NBA, you'd be lucky to get like a minus 135. So there is a lot of value there for soccer. So if you completely just don't like soccer, you can skip through this section. But if you're a little bit intrigued and want to make some money, you take a listen to my Keto. He's going to give some picks. In the pinned comment, I'm going to put his channel so you guys can check him out.
First of all, I want to thank Jordan for letting me come on here and advertise myself pretty much. It was actually his idea. He texted me and asked me if we want to do some type of collaboration. My specialty is soccer. I joined Jordan's Discord over a year ago, and I was active on that, and I started sending my picks there. And he's been trying to convince me for a long time to make a channel, and about 2 months ago, I finally decided to make one, and I've been doing pretty good lately. Over the last week, 2 weeks, my YouTube player props have gone 45-7. And that's an 87% hit rate, so I've been doing really good lately. I try to give a lot of statistics on why I like what I like. I watch a lot of soccer, and I just like numbers in general, so I just think it was a good thing for me to get into. So I'll give y'all an example of a pick that I have for tomorrow, just to kind of give y'all a feel on the way I do things. My one pick that I have for you guys, it is in the English Premier League. It is Dwight McNeil playing at home for Everton, going up against Sheffield United. He averages 2.4 at home, which is already over this mark in general. We just need him to get 2. He's gone over this in his last 4 out of 5 home games. Sheffield United allow 18.4 shots away from home, which is really high, a really bad defensive team. That's a lot of opportunity for McNeil to get those passes through. If they take those 18 shots, he definitely goes over this mark. Sheffield are already relegated from the league. There's no reason for them to play, so they're unmotivated. This is a good game for Everton and McNeil to go through, and he needs just to get what shots assisted is. It's just he needs to pass to a teammate, and his teammate needs to shoot from that shot. Everton had 16 shots away from home last time, and they're playing at home where they take more shots, and Sheffield United allow more shots. They're weak on the wings, which is where he plays. And they also foul a lot, and McNeil is their set piece taker. He's a good passer. He crosses a lot of the ball. So he's mainly always looking for his teammates and going up against a weak defensive Sheffield United team. I like Dwight McNeil to go higher than 1.5 shots assisted.
All right, appreciate that, Mike Keto. I'm going to jump right into these NBA picks. You will see images that come up on the screen. Those will be from a data app called Outlier. There will be a link in the description that'll give you a 7-day free trial for Outlier. So these first couple picks are ones that I'm going to double down on. The first one's going to be Daniel Gafford over 18.5 points plus rebounds at minus 128. This has been bumped up by 1. His points have been bumped up to 11.5. It came out right where it was at, and these lines, as soon as the game is over for these playoff games, the lines are out for the next game, and some of them are the exact same, even if the player played well, and you can go and you can grab it real quick. And people went and grabbed Daniel Gafford's points. So I'm going to stick with points plus rebounds. He's been rebounding well, and the Thunder, like I've mentioned before, give up the 5th most points to the center position, and he has been doing well on the glass as well as having success scoring the ball. So I like Daniel Gafford here at home for game 3 for the Thunder and the Mavericks. Also sticking with that game, a play that I took before, I mentioned it in the last video. It was plus money, and it still hit. So I'm going to just put it here again. Kyrie Irving over 1.5 steals. It was at plus money when it came out. It's moved down to minus 104, so almost even money. But he's gone over this in 9 out of the last 10 games. He just keeps getting steals, and he's gone over in 3 straight games versus the Thunder. In the last month for the Thunder, they gave up the 12th most steals to teams. So I really like this hit rate. I really like this payout. I'm looking for Kyrie Irving to get these 2 steals at home in a big game 3. So if you guys could, please like the video. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a little bit of extra time, could you leave a comment for the algorithm? You could say anything, and that helps. This next pick for that game is going to be Lou Dort, over 1.5 assists at minus 135. He's gone over in 8 out of the last 10 games, and he's playing around 30 minutes a game. So it's not too difficult to get a couple of assists, I would imagine. If you're playing 30 minutes and you got guys like Shea out there who you just hand the ball off to and he goes and he scores, or Chet Holmgren, you just throw an alley-oop to. So I feel like this line is pretty low. And like I said, for Prizepicks, sometimes they have it on there if the payout's around minus 135. So that's why I try to keep them at minus 135 and around that range. That's why you don't see many minus 150s, because I try to keep them to where they'll be on an app like that. He's gone over this in 5 out of 6 games versus Dallas this season. And while I'm on that subject, if you're still using Prizepicks, I would just suggest, I know I'm partnered with a bunch of these guys, I would just suggest maybe branch out a little bit. Sleeper, ChalkBoard, ParlayPlay, they all have alt lines now, changing the game to where you can get a lot of these lines. They're all available, so you're not just beholden to Prizepicks. And then this next pick, we're going over to the Cavaliers and the Celtics game. Going to be a difficult one to project because we've seen 2 blowouts 2 different ways. But last time I took Derek White over first quarter points, and he was very passive. He did not take as many shots as he was before, and the Cavaliers' game plan was to get to the shooters quicker, try to stop them from taking threes, which was allowing guys to drive the ball more. And that's why they took so many free throws, but they didn't get as many 3-point attempts off like they like to, because with the Celtics, if they start knocking down 1 and 2 and 3 with 3-point attempts, they get on a roll. If you take away that rhythm, then they look cold. They were airballing some 3-pointers. They just looked bad when they weren't knocking them down. But it did lead to a lot of drives to the basket. So I like Jaylen Brown over 5.5 first quarter points, because he is one guy that I know will be aggressive in the beginning of games. He's been that way the entire season. I've seen him fade off near the end of the games, but in that first quarter, he is always aggressive. This is at minus 112. He's gone over this in 4 out of 5 games versus the Cleveland Cavaliers, in 5 out of the last 6 games in the playoffs. So, I mean, it worked for Cleveland. They're going to be at home. I imagine they're going to come back with the same game plan, and the Celtics are going to watch that tape and they're going to say, okay, well, if you're going to try to stop us, we're going to take it right at you, and we're going to try to get some and ones. We're going to get to the free throw line, and we're going to build up our momentum there. If you don't want us shooting 3-pointers, because there's no reason to just force them like that. And Jaylen Brown is the type of guy who's just going to take it to the rim, not with his left hand though. And before I get into this last pick, I want to shout out my partners, Underdog Fantasy, Sleeper, ParlayPlay, and ChalkBoard. Use promo code FinalRound11 on any of these. They'll match your first deposit up to $100. In Sleeper, we'll do it up to $500. There'll be links in the description that'll take you straight there with the promo codes. And thank you to anyone who uses those. This final pick is kind of a gut play, but not really, just the way he's been playing. Evan Mobley over 17.5 points plus assist at minus 135. He's been passing the ball really well. You can just look at his assist line if you want. But he's gone over this line in both games versus Boston in this series. And the reason why I like this is because during the Magic series and in game 1, he still went over this in game 1, but I don't know how. In the Magic series, whenever Evan Mobley got the ball, he looked scared pretty much, and he just was looking to pass it, and the ball was being stripped out of his hands. He was trying this hook like push shot really, and he just did not look confident out there. And in that game 2, what I saw was him actually take the ball, sweep across, and face up against Al Horford or whoever switched onto him, and I saw him take them to the basket and actually pull up with form. If you guys didn't know, I used to coach basketball, so it was good to see him actually take it with confidence to the rim, and that was a game changer for Cleveland. We need that mismatch against Al Horford or whoever switches on him to the pick and roll with Jared Allen out. I think this works even if Jared Allen is there, especially with the assist being added on there. That's why I'm staying away from rebounds, because Jared Allen could potentially just show up and play out of nowhere. But I really like the progression that I saw with Evan Mobley. And that's what I wanted to see. That's why I was asking for the entire Magic series, and he wasn't doing it, and he finally did it. So I can see him coming out and doing the same thing, because the Cavaliers need that. So that's Evan Mobley over 17.5 points plus assist at -135. And if you guys would like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord. Link is in the description. You can hop on there. Conversation going on about basketball, baseball, and hockey, whatever you want to talk about. It's going on in there. And it's funny with this Cleveland Cavaliers series. I see a lot of fans. They're like, oh, all right, guys, we can't overlook them. It's just one game. We have to focus one game at a time. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, man, all right. Someone in the Discord was like, "Hey Jordan, you deserve this win," and I was like, "Yeah, man, I shot 5 for 6 from 3, and I definitely deserved it." It's just the fans pretty funny. Like if they overlook the game or they get ahead of themselves, the team's going to do it. It's just funny to me. But yes, I did play sports in high school. I didn't play at the college level, but I did play baseball, basketball, and football varsity. I will say basketball was my number one love, and then next would be football, definitely. I've had a lot of hater comments that are just like, this guy doesn't even know basketball, he's just going off of stats. So I just figured I'd put that out there. I have played sports in my life. So I am filming this. It's halftime during the Pacers game. It does not look good for Obi Toppin, and Andrew Nembhard assists looks like it might be good. And then Ben Shepherd is like in the middle. So Tyrese Halliburton went off in that first half, and he had just one assist. And when Tyrese Halliburton has just one assist, that means the role players are not getting any of the shots up. So it's just one of those games, and he has not been playing like that for a while, and it just so happens that when I take 3 other Pacers that he decides to not pass the ball. But that's just how the playoffs work. No game is like the other. So I'm going to get this edited and get it out to you. And God bless you all. It's Final Round. My name is Jordan. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.